What's going on? What's going on? Trying to get this shit right. But yeah, before I start, I cracked my phone the other day, so it might have a little blur in the screen, but we still gonna get this information across. Um, but yeah, I'm here to elaborate more on what my last video was about. It was called "We Are One in a Way," and basically I gave a short rundown on how we shouldn't be striving for reincarnation and we should be looking to ascend from this dimension. I talked about the powers of being alone and what that brings, shit like that. But another thing I wanted to say before I jump onto this next video is a quote I forgot to share on the last one and ties into this shit tremendously. It says, ultimately, every living thing is created by the universe's initial creation. We are not created directly by the initial creator, but rather our own logos, sub-logos, sub-sub-logos, and so on. I'm going to read it again because I fucked up. Ultimately, every living thing is created by the universe's initial creation. We are not directly created by the initial creator, but rather our own logos, sub-logos, sub-sub-logos, and so on. So creation and its illusions, free will, love, shit like that, those become sub-logos, sub-sub-logos, and etc. as they go down from the initial creator. These are also called distortions or illusions. But yeah, I love that quote because that shit sums up creation in a nutshell. But we're going to continue to this next topic. Reincarnation cycles, laws, and ascension. Since we are the offspring of this group memory complex, of this group soul, which is Yahweh, we are part of it, macrocosmically speaking. So since we are in this astral plane and it runs and it rules this astral plane and we are of it, we are it, macrocosmically speaking. So all of us put together become this group soul or this social memory complex. But we don't understand that because of, like I said in my last video, this three-dimensional thinking. We tend to separate ourselves from things. So we don't understand our true greatness because we are trapped in a 3D mindset. But we all know that there are higher dimensions to think on. So we just need to get there. Elevate ourselves, vibrate higher type shit. But yeah, the galaxy runs on a cycle of time known as the precession of equinoxes. The precession of equinoxes, and it's a 26-year cycle where the Earth goes through the 12 signs of the zodiac. So like Aquarius, Aries, Pisces, shit like that. It goes through all 12 of them. And it's like around 2,152 years apiece. So it's 26,000 years with 2,152 years apiece that it goes through each of the 12 signs. Shout out to the ones that be on their astrology shit and their cosmos shit, because that's what we need. We need people. Sports are cool. I'm saying sports are enjoyable. I like to see people take different career paths and different because this shit is intriguing to a lot of people. So I know people want to study it. People don't know how. Start with your zodiac sign and just go on through that bitch, natal charts, etc. This shit is a beautiful thing to know. Our ancestors mastered it, and they spoke to extraterrestrials this way. So we should probably get on our astrology shit. But yeah. Precession of equinoxes. 12 signs, 2,152 years apiece, 26,000 years. Alright. Each zodiac sign represents 1 month of the grand cosmic year. I was telling my friends the other day, we just entered the age of Aquarius. It's like the knowledge age, the age of information. 2020. I think that's like the official, maybe 2019, but that's like we officially have entered the new age, a new age. I'm Aquarius too, if y'all can see that. We finna go stupid. But yeah, But transition from one sign to the next, that is considered a great cycle. And a great cycle yield great harvest. A great cycle brings a great harvest. And basically brings the end to life in the third density as we know it. Um, there are smaller cycles that happen in the equinox, but life tends to go on. It doesn't really wipe off 90% of the population. Keep in mind, I just said 90% of the population. In my video, They Want Us Dead, Part 1 and 2, I definitely spoke about the decade that we're in right now and how 5, 6, or 7 eighths of the population is expected to be gone by the end of it. It is not a coincidence that we're also in the process of equinoxes, procession of the equinoxes, and we just entered the age of Aquarius. And if we remember in history, when we transition from the Stone Age to the Ice Age, and anytime we transition to a next age, the majority of life in the previous age died off. I guess I should go this way. So from this way, this way, this way, for the age to get from here to here, 90% of the population had to go disappear. And it had to happen each time as civilizations evolved. And I think in the same video, They Want Us Dead Part 2, I spoke about advancing to higher level civilizations and certain shit that has to happen in order to fulfill the New World Order and etc. So go through my channel, you know what I'm saying, do your little homework, and so you know what I'm talking about so you won't be lost. Where was I at? Yeah, great cycles yield great harvests. End of life in the third density as we know it. It basically would be compared to like a big deep cleaning of the earth. So the earth won't necessarily blow up, but shit that's happening on it will definitely get rid of a lot of life. So another way how we are one, in a way, is that we are collectively, well, some of humanity is developing into who we are destined to be. And those who didn't evolve and adapt are expected to be no more of by the end of this decade. Allegedly. I don't want nobody telling me, you was wrong when it get to 2030. You was wrong. Motherfucker, procession of the equinoxes and the government. It's already been signed. It's the end of this page. But yeah. So now, in my last video, I said I was gonna do reincarnation, cycles, and ascension. But before I get to that, I want to dive into some laws before I get to cycles and ascension, because it'll help us understand better. So first law, the law of reincarnation itself. Until we have resolved our karma and fulfilled our dharma, we will continue to reincarnate on this earth. But there's no suffering put on you when you re-enter. You have to figure out what it is you need to know to prevent the next reincarnation. Like I said in the last video, reincarnation is probably not what we need to strive for. If we reincarnated, we didn't vibrate high enough to surpass Yahweh's frequencies. Therefore, we will be trapped in this astral plane once again. But like they said in the quote, suffering will not be put on you once you re-enter. So all those hell stories, working in fire and sweat, you know what I'm saying, no water, all that bullshit, no. Okay? Your soul will be recycled into another vessel, and you will have to relearn life with memories in your RNA, because there's RNA and DNA. Our ancestors in our previous lives communicate to us through our prokaryotic cell and our genes. So we can remember past experiences from previous lives, but a lot of us don't get to do that because we taint our lives with what we surround ourselves with. So we lower our vibrations. The majority of us lower our vibrations, and we don't even know it. And we don't take advantage of those memories that we have that we didn't live in this current life. So we should we should throw away that hell shit and just realize that we will just be thrown into another vessel, not off the rip, but we'll be thrown into another vessel and relearn life, and we won't stop reincarnating until we learn what we need to know. In my video, We Are One in a Way, I spoke about the benefits of being alone, because we ask ourselves certain things we never asked. We acknowledge the true creator within ourselves and the infinite creator, and then we are able to give help to others and the infinite creator because we acknowledge it. There's literally things we have to do for ourselves in this world, in this lifetime that we're living, in order to prepare ourselves for ascension, unless you want to relive life on this earth again. And by the looks of how shit's going, your next life might be more fucking fucked up, because the world's getting more fucked up. For each life experience that we relive, we seek out other souls, often with shared histories, and also with karmic configurations matching our needs. So basically, when they say you don't meet nobody for no reason, there's something to that. Everything happens for a reason, that type of shit. Learn from every person you meet, every encounter, every experience, is because the reason people say that is because of the law of reincarnation, the journey to ascension. We have to learn from a lot of people. Everybody, even if we don't like a motherfucker, we fall out with them. We have to take the time to analyze and just observe what the fuck what we're supposed to take back from that shit, because we're here to be the best people we can be. What else? So before I go on, no, I guess I can go on. So as long as we move through life with disharmonious acts and attachments, we'll continue to reincarnate. This means once we stop fighting the natural flow of nature, and we will basically reach ascension. A lot of people say, you ever heard somebody say, I feel like I'm on my last life, or shit like that? That means they feel like they have learned everything they need to learn, gather everything they need to gather in this astral plane, in this dimension, in this realm, and they are ready to go to the higher ones, 4 and up. I believe there's 8 different ones. People usually talk about the 6, but I believe there's 8 different, 8 realms total that we can experience. Being light beings, aka what the Greeks turned into angels. That shit is real, and if you look into, like I said, ancient African culture, not just Egyptian culture, but just ancient African culture in general, we'll find that extraterrestrials, being light beings, or being silver surfers cosmically, like Fantastic Four, yes, we can reach that once we tap into our true selves and not deal with these distortions and illusions and detours of the truth. What else? Yeah. So once you stop fighting the natural flow of nature, this is called living in perfect harmony. And that when you live in perfect harmony, that means you have not created any negative karma, and you have fulfilled your dharma. I believe your dharma is like your quest, your path, your mission. Another law, the law of wisdom. This is a powerful one, and I'm even learning this one right now. This shit is very powerful. The law of wisdom can override karma. Let me say it again. The law of wisdom can override karma. The law of wisdom can override karma if you use what you truly learned to prevent the next mistake from happening again. So if you truly learn from your mistakes, you can beat karma, and you will not have to go through what you have been told you have set yourself up for. Because not everyone's bad, like I said. Not everyone wants to do evil. Some people will truly make mistakes, and either they don't like how they made that other person feel, or they don't like how they made themselves feel, made themselves look, etc. So the law of wisdom, if you truly learn from the actions that you have done, you can cancel out your karma. You would not have to go through reincarnation. Not all the time, but if you like, a lot of people will say they learn from their mistakes, still cheat on a bitch, or they say they learn from their mistakes, still stealing. You know what I'm saying? Learn from their mistakes, still goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Not saving they. I don't know. It's just certain things that people claim they learned from, and they didn't. And lying to yourself is one of the first sins in the Hall of Mott. I have told no lies. Yes. It doesn't say that it's only restricted to outside energy. It's also internal too. You can't lie to yourself and expect yourself to be the best person you can be. Even if we gotta hurt some people's feelings, if we gotta hurt our feelings, you know what I'm saying? The truth need to be told in order for shit to be balanced. If you're lying, you're going against the natural flow of nature. I don't lie to some bitches. I don't lie to some cops. I don't lie to some people in general. So I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not talking down. Like I said, I am working with the audience. I am working with the ones that I feel like want to elevate and ascend. The law of wisdom. So now we have the law of reincarnation and the law of wisdom. Those are the two laws that I added into this video that I feel like would help the next man or woman. So to wrap this shit up, because I don't want to be here all day, I'm trying to get maybe 20, under 20. It's looking like under 20. We have to learn the equinoxes, the precession of equinoxes, the transfers between one sign and the next, what it means, how great the cycle is, so we know how great the harvest is. Like I said in the beginning of the video, harvest is basically like a deep cleaning of the fucking earth. Philip Snyder said it. 5, 6 to 7/8 of the population is supposed to be gone by 2029, maybe 2030. 2031 maximum, he said, not me. The more I look into it, the more shit is lining up from man-made diseases to killer vaccines to natural disasters that are performed by HARP and other weather modification organizations. Just different things that are lining up with the fact that a lot of motherfuckers will be dying in this decade. So knowing that, I feel like we should all prepare for the worst. So get right with your fucking soul, get right with your people, because you don't want to go through this shit again, especially with what's going on right now. It's going to be more New World Order-y when you come back. Precession of equinoxes. Karma, dharma, learn about those things, learn how to create better ones for yourself and fulfill your dharma, better karma for yourself and fulfill your dharma. Learn how to not create negative karma to the best of your ability, because our actions, every cause has an effect, every goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So every action has a reaction. So no matter how much we try to prevent negative karma, it's almost, you know what I'm saying, don't think about it too much, just do your best, shit like that. Like, that's what I'm doing, and life is really turning around for a youngin', for real. Study the law of wisdom, learn how to truly learn from your mistakes, and learn how to catch yourself before you make that same mistake again. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, I did that shit before, I'm good on that, shit like that. Number 5, look into Egyptian culture, and like I said in the other video, the fallen Dafa. I probably make a video about that next time. I'm serious this time. So, ancient Egyptian, aka ancient African culture, and the fallen Dafa. I feel like those will help a person get right within themselves. When you look into ancient Egyptian culture, you'll find out that it's not just 7 deadly sins. It's a whole list of 42 of them. And a lot of us have been not fulfilling this whole list of 42 laws that our ancestors gave us, because we have submitted to Greek, Roman, and basically Middle Eastern lifestyles. So yeah, and then on the other hand, Fallen Dafa, they just teach about like compassion, truthfulness, shit like that. So it all this. There's ways to be a better person. There's ways to elevate yourself. If you want to, you will find the way. I am Ro, trying to get people ready for the inevitable.